Good evening, ladies, and happy holidays because we are approaching the holiday. So
Yeah.
I'm wishing everyone, including my co-host, a wonderful holiday season. Hey, Bonnie, I thought I heard you had something to say today.
Oh, yes. I want to wish everybody a happy holiday, a safe holiday. I also want you to subscribe and I want you to leave a comment. Okay. We love your comments. This is how we feed on it. We learn what else to say.
All right, thank you, Bonnie, for those words, wise words of wisdom from a wise
Yes.
woman. And what about you, Wendy?
Well, yes, absolutely. Happy holidays, everyone out there. I hope you're enjoying this season. We want you to relate to some of our topics. Hopefully, you do, and we want you to share them and like.
Yes.
Hey guys, and remember that little bell that Bonnie talked about is at the top of the page. If you click on the bell, you will get updates on all of our new topics because we try to be creative and bring you great content. So please leave comments. So
Yes.
listen,
Yes.
so ladies, this is a real interesting topic because I know that we have all gone through this, and women, the ladies out there, even men, I'm sure that when you hear some of these, you'll be like, yes, I told my daughter that, I told my son that, because all of these things are things that our parents told us, and some of them we learned early because they told us that. Some they didn't tell us, but we still before we reached the silver lining stage. So ladies,
Right.
I'm going to read them all off to you, and I want you to tell me what two resonated with you the most and why. The first one is never waste time pursuing other people, meaning men, when you do not know who you are. The man that is your type rarely turns out to be your husband because it's usually a sexual relationship. You want a man that is your kind, not someone that is your type. More, like I said, it's more of a sexual relationship when they're your type. Wasting your youth on things that don't really matter, partying, sexual experimentation, drinking. Number four, cute and pretty does not pay the bills and doesn't last forever. And number five, your mother and your grandmother knew what they were talking about. Wise women learn from safe instructions, not bad experiences. So Bonnie, tell me of those five, what resonate with you the
I
most?
definitely the last one, wise women, your mother, your auntie, your grandmother, the older neighbor down the block, or somebody 2 years older than you that you hung with that told you certain things and you didn't really pay them any attention and you learned that they were absolutely right. You know, um, the first one, I don't know because the first one, I don't know myself, and at that age, I don't think I'm trying to learn myself. I think I'm running around. I think we all have to have at least that part, and then start to curtail. You kind of have to run around and have a little fun as you find yourself. So that one didn't resonate with me. I'm saying, but I think it was the third one.
Wasting your youth on things that really don't matter, like partying, sexual experimentation, and drinking?
Oh yeah, I related to that because I felt like you could do that, all of that, and still find yourself and be yourself. That doesn't necessarily take you down the rabbit hole, is what I'm saying. You
Okay.
know, everything is in moderation.
hmm
And
Well, and the time and a place for it. I mean, I think that's the time to do that is when you're young, right? It's not. It
yeah,
doesn't look good.
you learn that early on that yes, let's do all this party and get all this out of the way so that as I, get
Yeah,
older, I'm not regretting it. I did enjoy
right.
myself, but now it's time to, get down to life. So
Yeah,
Right. No, I
yeah,
agree with that, but I mean, don't become that person that you you never go out, you just stay home all the time or doing
right.
movies, something
Oh,
like that. You still
absolutely.
want to go to social events, a party, you still want to
mhm,
go to social event. You still have a drink or two with your partner home or out. And hopefully you still having good sex.
Yes. Hey, listen,
That's what I'm saying.
you're right. And like you said, Bonnie, everything in moderation, you can still do those things. I do get what you're saying. You can still do those things, throughout your life, but you have to remember not to put those in the forefront of your life.
Exactly.
Those are the
Right.
accessories. Those are the accessories to life, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And what about you, Winnie? Do you want me to read them again?
Okay, this is what I wrote down. You said this is what you said. The topic is what women learn early in life, correct?
What 5 things wise women learn early on in life?
Wise women learn early on in life. Okay.
Right. Uh-huh.
So that part about the partying and the drinking and the having sex, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what I feel.
I shouldn't say what you're supposed to do, but
I
at
think
any time in your life when you should be doing that,
I think it's saying don't already know when you're doing it that you have to curtail it at some point in your life, because some people do those things and that's all they do is party, drink, and engage in sexual.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
You know what I'm saying?
Falling down the rabbit hole.
Right.
Excesses. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. I'll go over that.
Learn that.
The one that resonated with. Sorry.
I just said you learn that those things you don't do in excess.
In excess, yes. Exactly. That's what Bonnie's point was, I think.
Right.
So, okay. So you mentioned one about wasting time and energy on someone. What was that one?
If you don't get to and not know yourself. Don't pursue someone else when you really don't know who you are.
It wasn't anything about wasting time.
That was the one that was wasting your youth. Okay.
Somebody that's not.
Oh yeah, that was the first one. Don't waste time pursuing other people when you don't know yourself.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, no.
And the second one is the man that is your type rarely turns out to be your husband because it's usually a sexual attraction. And number 4 was cute and pretty does not pay the bills and doesn't last forever. And then number 5 was wise women learn from safe instructions learn from safe instructions, not bad experiences.
I think that, okay, wise women learning from safe instructions. I did listen to older women, my mom, my aunt, my grandma, even, young women that are older. Right. I didn't listen to them. It's not that I didn't listen. I just maybe did what I wanted to do anyway.
That's probably what more of it is. That's what
I did take it under advisement, so for sure. So that one resonated most with me.
Okay, and do you find that at this stage of your life that you're glad the ones that you say resonated with you, that you did pay attention to those things and your life did, go down a better path, so to speak, as you matured, especially as it relates to a relationship? Because if you're out partying all the time and drinking and whatnot, you're probably not building a sustainable relationship at that point. So do you think because you recognize that you had to curtail some of those things, you were able to develop better relationships over time?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think so. Because when you get caught up in the flash of life, and that's the partying and the drinking and hanging out, that's what you're doing, and you're probably not meeting the kind of men that want to settle down with you. They want to do what you're doing. They want to party and drink and whatever else with you. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, the one that resonated with me the most was cute and pretty does not pay the bills and doesn't last forever. Because I even knew a lot of girls, when I was growing up, really attractive, because you always think someone is more attractive than you are, and you're decent looking yourself, but you'll see someone else and think that they're more, that they're more attractive. So that, they've got somebody taking care of them, paying their bills, doing this, that, and the other. And that's not even the case necessarily. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that early on, that no, just because someone says you look like this or whatever, don't think that that's what's going to sustain you as you move through life. Because I seen other women as I grew up that thought that was, and these were women in some cases older than I was, and they were pretty women, very attractive, and thought that was going to sustain them. And as they got older, drinking, partying in excess, all that does makes you look older, and in a lot of cases, 15, 20 years older than you really are. So when I seen those women looking like that, I was like, okay, I know I want to do this now. I know I want to have a good time, but I know that at some point in life, I have to, scale it back and focus on
Yes.
really getting myself together and having a life, because those kinds of things are only going to derail me in a lot of cases. So that's the one that really resonated with me the most. And the other one was wise women learn from safe instruction and not bad experiences. Because just like how you were saying, you older women that you knew, even if you had an older sister or whatever, aunts or whatever, and sometimes it wasn't even them having a conversation with you. You could just see some of the things that you were doing. You'd be like, I'm not going to do that when I get older. You know, you start saying those kinds of things from, you know, those kinds of things. So that therefore, of course, the instruction of what you were seeing, you know, you didn't do those
Yeah,
kinds
you
of
start
things.
forming your own
Right.
opinion about
Exactly.
it.
So you didn't experience them for you to be able to develop another thought process. You
You
watch,
didn't have
learn.
to make the same mistakes that
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, you saw them
Yeah,
make it. That was enough.
right. Exactly. That's the instruction in itself. Right there. So those were the two that really resonated with me the most. And I'm going to say that the one that I was kind of confused on, the man that is your type rarely turns out to be your husband, because if
That's interesting.
because I started
Yeah.
saying, okay, your type, if you say, okay, he's my type, okay, he's tall, he's dark, he's handsome, he's tall, he's light skinned, he's handsome, he's got pretty eyes, got pretty hair. So that's a type. And when I started putting it in perspective and saying all those kinds of things, I said, well, yeah, now that makes sense. You do want some that's more your kind, and your kind means, for me anyways, how I took it to be values, you know, having certain values, having certain standards, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
Making
yeah.
But
it
remember,
like that.
this is coming from the points of view of your youth, you being young, not knowing now, because what you're saying sounds more experienced. When you're at that age, you ain't know.
Well, but I mean, I won't say
Wise women learn early, though. This is supposed to be wise women.
I wouldn't say that I didn't know necessarily, or not me per se, but I won't say that women didn't know, because that's the whole idea, is that wise women, so women that are more
Right.
intuitive, you know, would have recognized something like that, because I didn't really recognize or understand that until I'm here at the silver lining stage. You know, that's what I'm saying. You know,
Yeah.
so one that kind of threw me off. But then when I started saying, you know, because when you say someone's your type, it's because usually the way they look, you know, the things that they do, what and whatnot. But if they're your kind, that's someone that, you know, he goes to church like I do. You know, he's
Right. He makes me
yeah,
laugh.
value.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, he makes me laugh. He tells jokes. We have fun together. You know, we like doing these things. So that I found to be real interesting, because no, I didn't know at the time, absolutely not. But I'm not saying that, you know, I wasn't, I guess, not as wise as I thought it was.
Well, I mean
It's
that
called growing up. No, it's called growing up.
it's living and learning, you know.
Oh,
we all went
absolutely.
But
through
I
it.
think that all of us, each of us, have probably tried to date somebody that was not our type, right? I mean,
Wait,
I'm
I think
sure
that's what we've done most of our
yeah,
lives.
a lot.
you have to go outside of that, though. You know, you have a type, but you
Yeah,
still
and most people
date
do.
some.
And most people do have a type, you know, 9
Yeah,
times out of 10, they do have a type.
yeah.
And like you said, that's what we've done most of our lives. Because I'm telling you, I wasn't thinking about, oh, his values or his standards. No, he fine.
Well, now what I'm saying, my point, Chris, is that okay, yes, when you're younger, you just look for, looks and
Right.
that build and all that kind of stuff. But as you mature, then you start to say, okay, well, this guy's not my type. He's short, I like tall. He's light skinned, I like dark.
Right.
You
So it can be the
start
reverse. Yeah, it
yeah,
can reverse itself. Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
You
I
start
definitely.
to look at different things. Oh, they do make me
Yeah.
laugh, or they kind of cool or whatever.
Right.
You
No,
know?
you're absolutely right.
Mhm.
But that's interesting. It's always nice to see when other people, and this is coming from a man's point of view as well, of what I'm what we're talking about right now. It's coming from a man's point of view. So, but it's always good to listen to what other people, how they perceive life to be. Because a lot of times you're like, how do they have that insight? But then you start reading what they're saying. It's like, well, yeah, that does make sense. Because
Right,
everything,
exactly.
everything that, especially that cute and pretty, because guys, I am telling you, I grew up and there was some women around my sister's age, very pretty women. And as I got older and learned more in life, and I would see them, and I would say, God, that she used to be the pretty girl. She, everybody loved her, but she obviously wasn't getting taken care of, because if she was, she wouldn't be looking
She'd
like she
still
was
be the
20
pretty
years
girl.
older than me.
Well, I mean, what's the saying? Beauty. What's the saying about beauty
The
and
beauty fades or something lasts
something like that? Yeah,
forever.
yeah.
Yeah,
Ugly still hangs on or something.
yeah, something like
So,
Yeah.
that.
but
Hey,
I know some pretty girls from back in the day that did all right.
oh no, yeah, there's some for sure. There are
Yeah,
definitely some for sure.
they did all right.
Hey guys out there, we're going nearing the holidays. We want you to please like, share, subscribe, leave us a comment.
Yes. Leave us a comment.
We definitely love to read your comments, and we will respond to your comments. Also, ladies, you have any wise women? Do you have any wise parting words for our listeners and viewers out there?
Yes, I'm gonna say, pay attention to red flags of
Oh,
any kind, of anywhere. Pay attention. Enjoy.
okay.
Yeah, I think that women are gifted with a seventh sense, and we can feel things in our spirit, right? So if you start to get that feeling, it's a
There you
reason
go.
for it. But I like Maya Angelou's saying about when people show you who they are,
I'll believe them.
believe them the first time.
Yeah, oh yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And you know what, that ladies, that sounds like an interesting topic to me, because
Yes.
I am sure that we have all had encounters with people who there were tons of red flags, but because we wanted them so much, we wanted them to be a part of our lives, we ignored those red flags. So
Mm-hmm.
we may be coming to you all with red flags one day. So look out for that. Look out for
Look
that.
out for the red flags.
All right,
Yes.
ladies. Well, listen, we will talk next week as we get closer to the holidays. You all have a
Yes.
wonderful evening, and
Enjoy.
we will talk soon. Ladies, don't go anywhere.